Okay, welcome to Lab 4. We're going to configure and file share accesses. So the first thing we have to do is check our virtual folder where we're storing our hard disks and our virtual machines. In the last lab, it had us delete the storage locations. When you do that, you got to make sure you go into the hard disks and physically delete them from here. So I still have virtual hard disk 1 in here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Now, make sure you are on server C. Click on Settings, SCSI Controller, Hard Drive, Add, New, Next, Next, Next. Next. I'm going to keep this at 20, we don't need it very, very large. Next. Finish. And then OK. Now when we go into the server C, it's right here. First thing I'm going to do is I have to mount it. So I'm going to go into disk management. You see we have disk 1 here. So it's already online. If it wasn't online, you have to right click on online. And then we want to right click and then new simple volume. Next, next. We want to assign it to E. Next. And then instead of new volume, I'm just going to put in volume 1. Next, finish. And I can close out of this and open up the File Explorer. And this should have been on there. I go back to disk management. Format. Okay. Cancel. Change drive letter and path. Add. And we want to go into E. That's fine. And then OK. There we go. Now we have volume 1 E. I can close out of this, and I should be able to open up my, there we are. And we want to create a new folder called Accounting. Now we're going to right click, oops, double click inside Accounting, right click anywhere, and new rich text document, and we're going to call it Budget. Enter, and then double click to open it up in WordPad. You're going to type in your name. No, type your name in the file. You're going to type your name here. Save it. Now we're going to right click on the accounting folder. And go into Properties. Click on the Sharing tab. And then advanced sharing. Select share this folder. In the share name, we're going to change the default value to spreadsheets. And then permissions. And we're going to add domain admins. And then click on OK. With the domain admin selected, select full control. And then apply. And we're going to do OK. We want to go to permissions again, add domain users. Then we're going to have read only. Now we'll click on OK, and then OK, and close. And we're going to close the accounting. And that is the end of exercise 4.1. So we're going to minimize this and now go to server B. Oops, not server C, I need server B. They want us to log on to server B using the domain account student with the password of password. So before we can do that, we have to create a student user. Okay, so to add a student, so we can log into server B as student with the password, we actually have to go into the domain tools, Active Directory domain and trusts. Manage. If you click on users, you can see I've already added a student, and I'll add a student B. So right click, new, users, student B. Student. We're going to use student B for the login name. Next. Next. Finish. Now I'm going to go back into student A and adjust. Count. So their login name is going to be student A, and then OK. So now we have a student A and a student B. Now if I close out of this, close out of this, close out of this, I can now go into server B and log in as either student A or student B. And see, it let me, oops, it will let me. ADATUM, student A, let's try student B. Okay, so I'm now logged in as student A. Student A. And there we go. Okay, I've opened up PowerShell, and I'm going to type in it wants us to try and add the date. And we're not able to save it because we are not in access to do so. Okay, now we're going to log off of server B, only this time we're going to log back on as the administrator. Okay, I'm going to log on in under server B, other user, and now we're going to log on as administrator. And we were able to save it this time. Okay, and that is the end of that exercise. Now go on to 4.3, working with NTFS permissions. And we're going to go to server C. Okay, we're going to sign on as the administrator. File Explorer. Go into the accounting folder. Right click and properties. I'm going to click on security. And click edit. And then add. I'm going to type in student. A. Check name. And then OK. And we're going to go ahead and add student B. Check name. And then OK. And allow full control. And student A, allow full control, and then OK. And then OK again. And then we're going to go back to server B. Go back to the document. Oops. Don't save. We need to log in as student A. Student A. Budget. It should be working. And now server A still denied. Let's find out why that's still not working, why that's not being allowed. Properties, security, student A has full control. Edit. Student A. Student B. save, and we were able to save at that time. Go back into security or properties, and then security, and we want to check on domain users, edit, add, domain users, and then OK. And domain users should have full control. And domain admins add domain admins should also have full control, and then OK. Okay, and OK. And that is the end of this exercise. Okay, we're back on exercise 4.4. We're on server C. We click on File and Storage Services. And Shares. In the Shares tile, we click on Tasks and New Share. We select SMB Share Quick and Next. We select F, which is not on here. So I'm going to cancel and add F as another hard drive. there's the F. Next, documents. Now we're up to the lab challenge, which is to use PowerShell command to create a new share called xfer out of the user folder and on the C drive. Configure the share permissions so that members of the domain admins group have full access and members of the domain users group have read access. So we are on C. New. And I typed something incorrectly. Let's see what I did. This is what it should be. This is what we're going to type. And let's see if I just had a typo. New SMB share name xfer dash path C:/users full access ADATUM dash domain admins dash read access ADATM domain users. And what's correct? Okay, so I have set it up. The only difference was there should not be a space between the new and the SMB share. As you can see, I typed in the new dash SMB share space dash name space xfer space dash path space C:/users space dash full access space quotation marks adatum /domain admins quotation marks space dash read access space quotation marks datum /domain users quotation marks and then enter, and it was created for me. So now I can close out of this and I will go ahead and save this and close out of this, and this is the end of this lab, the exercise and this lab.